Hi, I'm Barry John. Welcome back to Ratchet and Clank 2002. I have two co-heroes with me, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hey, this is Crazy Achmed.
I'm Mycroft Holmes.
And I'm Miss Speedball introducing planets. Welcome to Planet Hoven, our obligatory snow and or ice level.
Now, as you were saying at the last level, it doesn't have ice physics.
It does have ice physics, but we have an option to deal with that if we don't need to. And fortunately, the ice physics are only in this small little section over here to the left.
Ooh, Raritanium!
Yep, Raritanium makes its first appearance here in the first game. One of the paths on Poketaro I didn't take gives you a upgrade, or not an upgrade, actually it's an upgrade, that requires the Raritanium here to get. So, with the ice physics, it is exactly as bad as you might think it is. Ratchet goes to slipping and sliding and doesn't really have too much control over where he goes. But if you double tap the hover here, you still have some degree of drift, but it's nowhere near as bad.
Here we go.
And the important part is that firing off the swing shot there arrests all your momentum as long as you have a target to go towards.
Yeah, that's the way I usually deal with ice physics in platformer games. So you figure out how to instantly stop yourself, and then just abuse that constantly.
Yep. But as I said, like, you still drift with the hover physics here, but it's nowhere near as bad as the ice physics involved. So you can do this with just the ice, like straight with the ice if you wanted to, or you can try the other way.
I'm sorry, I'm having huge flashbacks to Crash Bandicoot 2 right now.
Ah, fair enough. For those of you people watching at home and wondering, hey, Barry John, are you totally going to do the PlayStation 2 action platformer hero Mega Thread? I don't have the Crash Bandicoot games.
We just get the remake.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to play it on the original PlayStation 2, or a relatively recent emulator thereof.
I mean, I guess, but believe me, they kept everything the same. It's just as frustrating. Like, all they did was clean up the graphics. Like, they didn't change anything else.
Yeah. So that's what happens if you hit the water in this level. Ratchet gets turned into an ice cube, and, well, there we go. And you lose all your health.
Yeah, I've been commenting that this game seems fairly forgiving in a lot of aspects, but it feels like they're starting to take the kid gloves off now.
Well, yeah, because we're over the halfway point of the game. Like, if you've reached this point, you should be able to handle some of the basics at this point. But the timing on this laser can catch a lot of people off the first time, just because of the way you go up and down on it. Or it goes up and down. Oh, there we go. But here's the thing I really like about this. Throwing the wrench gives you momentum.
Oh, this is just a dick move.
Which is why, you know, you... Son of a bit!
Yep. Dick move indeed.
Be right back. But yeah, taking that with the hover boots is the intent, or the hover jacket, the hover, whatever, words, totally words. That's the intended way of dealing with it. Of course, if you're really good, you can actually jump across some of those gaps using conserving momentum from the ice physics.
Yeah, I was just thinking that this arena was pretty mean with the exploding boxes all over the place, and then they give you the old tiny, narrow, winding pathway that you have to do on a timer, no less.
The timer is actually pretty lenient, all things considered.
Oh, heck.
Is there a problem, sir?
Y'all wouldn't have any spare parts, would you?
Help yourself.
These dang rocks are too tough. I keep breaking my drill.
That rock is Raritanium.
Let me look at that drill.
Well, shoot my dog and call me Sally. Thanks, partner.
No problem. I suppose I could take that rock off your hands, too.
Heck, here you go.
So the miner's drill here is actually one of the weapons that was cut from the game very late in development. It was originally planned to be one of the melee options for Ratchet, but I don't think the developers were satisfied that it was unique enough when compared to the fist.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Or, sorry, the Walloper, not the fist. Do I want the drum? I was just considering buying stuff and going, well, wait a second. I'm only like 5,000 bolts away from getting that other health upgrade. I'm cool. I can totally, you know, hold off. And these guys are actual assholes because they just spawn in behind the trees. Like, if you come at these guys from another angle, they actually won't show up and, oh crap, I gotta deal with this. So there are a lot of these sand guys hiding out back here. And they just keep coming, keep coming. And I really should have a couple of other weapons for dealing with this, but I'm an idiot, okay? Or I'm a self-imposed challenge in a way. I enjoy playing this game with the minimal basic weapons. But there's a skill point for beating all these guys in one go. And right up here, once I get the jumping right, is the gold bolt. So it's kind of like 2 rewards for the price of 1.
Beating them in one go meaning that you don't die, or that you don't run away like a coward and kill them in the bottleneck?
You don't die. Because if you die, because if you die, you basically have to reset the level in a way. It's a thing. Basically, you got one serious try at it. So, do I want to go this way? Yeah. Okay. This is me just going, okay, yes, I know this path does not lead to progress. This path leads to an upgrade required for progress later on.
Well, when it's goodies versus progress, you always got to pick the goodies.
Yep. And this is this game's water level puzzle. Your goal here is to figure out how to raise the water level in this room all the way up to the top.
Huh, well, it is conspicuously devoid of enemies.
Mm-hmm. Now, I say it's a puzzle, but it's not really that difficult part is basically just finding where you draw water and where you put it back in. The actual difficult part is if you screw up going for the gold bolt that's in this room. And also, now that Ratchet has the O2 mask, he no longer needs to worry about drowning underwater. You can see that the O2 meter is no longer there.
Now this is the bit, John, where you could edit in the drowning music from Sonic in post just to mess with everybody.
See, that doesn't work on me because I didn't have a Sega system.
It's one of those pieces of music that it is a very well-designed piece of music to ratchet up the tension as time goes on. But before I go too much further, I think I need to do this now, or do I need to do it one more section afterwards? Yeah, I think I need to do one more water raising first. Let's just find the darn thing. The water puzzles are fun in this game, but I can understand, like, it seems more like a check mark or a checkbox that the developers ticked off. Like, this was still late 90s, early 2000s action platformer, so it's like, here's the ice level, here's the obligatory, underwater section. It's like, a lot of these levels simply exist because they had an environment that needed to be done.
Yes.
Also, Gold Bolt. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, it does kind of feel like that. And it's natural, right? Because the people who made this would have been playing a lot of similar games before it, and that inspires them. But yeah, it does feel like there is a list of gimmicks and movement types and environments that they're checking off.
Well, these guys, the game these guys made previously was Spyro.
Yeah, okay.
So these guys literally just came off completing basically the Spyro games, and Ratchet and Clank was their new IP.
Yeah, that makes sense. They'd want to take
I really
everything.
hope we get a new Spyro. The remake, the remaster was really good, but I really hope we get a new good Spyro. We got a new good Crash.
Yeah, hopefully the reception that's had will kind of make people realize that we still want these sorts of games.
There's a market for this style of game. Of course, as has been mentioned previously, I really want Sly 5.
Oh yeah.
Falling into bottomless pits. Now that's a classic.
On the one place they did install safety railings.
But the nice thing I like about this little section here is that if you do it and you destroy all the boxes and hit all the corners, it gives you enough bolts to buy the item that's at the end there. Like, it's not forcing you to come all the way here and then backtrack all the way just to get more bolts. Like, there's the opportunity to make sure that you have just enough here to buy it at the end.
Do they do the thing as well where there's the item that you have just enough bolts to pay for, but also another one on the same thing that clearly is a mega expensive new game purchase?
Nope. This is an upgrade for Clank we're about to get, actually.
I just can't wait for you to play more of these games so we can finally get to Dr. Nefarious, because he is my favorite. Just his whiny voice.
Nefarious doesn't show up till the 3rd game.
I know, you've told me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, if you play more of these games, I can't wait till the 3rd one. I love Nefarious, he's my favorite.
Robot.
Is that spoilers?
Yeah. Looks on.
Yeah. But to be fair, like, the initial trilogy of games is more Quark's story, like, because he's the one running thread aside from Ratchet and Clank through all 3 games. And Nefarious in the 3rd game helps close out Quark as a story.
You look so handsome.
Although, to be fair, the way this game is, having someone called Dr. Nefarious, I feel like there aren't really many ways you could spoil that.
Jealous?
You come back
True.
and see me.
And to be fair, like, I did say no all spoilers allowed,
Yeah.
so...
Pack will automatically equip when you're swimming.
I mean, the twist would be if he's actually like a good guy with just a, very old established name.
No, he's actually just a prick.
Yeah. But time to head off and actually, deal with the anti-planet bomb.
Taking damage to save time.
Yep. Or, trying to avoid damage to save time. It's one of those complicated things, because...
Shh, it's intentional. It's always intentional.
Yeah.
That's a death warp. For reasons.
But these boxes do not provide bolts because they're scripted to be destroyed if you approach them from the front by those other guys showing up. So, yeah, that's a thing. There are boxes that don't provide bolts.
Now that is just disappointing.
And sometimes the advantage of, knowing enemies are coming. Do not jump through the gap in the railing. Do not jump through the gap in the railing.
But at least there are railings. I mean, whoever runs this planet seems to have a slightly better sense of health and safety than the previous one.
Yeah, you haven't actually seen the end section of the level yet. The OSHA compliance is very bad.
You know what, speaking of games we'd like to see sequels to, that's actually making me think of Infra.
Yes,
I don't remember.
it's supposed to get a DLC and then a sequel.
Like, I think they went...
Summonar SA did a playthrough of it for SA, and it's on his YouTube channel. I have it bookmarked.
Yeah, I had to watch through that one. I felt it, like, great idea. Went a little bit off the rails with the weird conspiracy side plot stuff, but I guess people love all the, like, weird secret codes and Easter eggs and things.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ARG in that.
Yeah, give players a chance to poke at things and they'll gladly, rip it apart.
But honestly, the concept of being a safety compliance inspector and then getting trapped in some place because it's just such an unmaintained nightmare is genius, and I can't think why people didn't do it sooner.
It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, it does make a lot of sense coming into it, but it can be very difficult to like maintain quality control, to say.
Yeah.
Because if you're a safety inspector, so like, are you fixing things? Are you just documenting things? How do you traverse the environment when you're a guy who has certain skill sets?
Well, you'll be glad to know all of that was answered and done well in Infra. So, just watch Salmanar Essay's LP of it.
Yeah, I know. I've watched it. It's good.
We are too late. The ship is leaving.
Hang on. There's an old defense turret over there. Hey, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I sincerely doubt it.
Look, as long as you can get through that without making a Animaniacs joke, considering the time frame, I think you've already won. So, this boss fight, or turrets, I'll call it a boss fight actually. You have to destroy all 5 sections of this ship while under attack both from turrets on the ship and these gyrocopters that keep showing up. It's actually not that easy. Trust me on that one.
Turret sections never are.
Well, they can be. It's just that the guns on this one are a little wonky, and you can see how it's hard for me to actually aim because of the controls. Of course, you can shoot down the rockets these guys are firing at you. But,
yeah, good luck with that.
But also destroying the guy shooting, like destroying the gyrocopter, automatically destroys all of the rockets it has in flight right now, or at that moment.
So it has bullet canceling?
Yes.
Okay.
I wonder if that's an intentional decision or just a quirk of what happens when you effectively despawn an enemy in this game.
I couldn't tell you, unfortunately.
Now, those of you who've seen Barry John's Ascent thread will have heard me say a lot of times shot velocity is king, and it really feels like that's a big factor here.
Yeah, I think part of the problem with this one here is that there's no radar in this level, or in this turret section, so unless I see an enemy pop up, I have no idea where it's at or what it's doing there. So it's difficult for me to... So sometimes I'll be caught off guard by enemies showing up.
Honestly, it looks like you're having a lot of trouble aiming.
Yeah, that's the worst part about this. It's the aiming.
Because you seem to keep shooting through their landing gear, and only then do you go, oh, wait.
Yeah, the hitboxes seem a little wonky. But it could also be the travel time of the missiles. Like, I always have issues with depth perception in these games.
Yeah. But that is one Planet Buster busted.
You are about to embark on a very dangerous mission. We will be launching a heavily armed surprise attack from our new moon base against a completely unarmed planet. Actually, that doesn't sound too dangerous. Nevertheless, your orders are simple. Destroy anything that moves. Steal the power generators from Gorda City. Then, destroy anything that doesn't move. Oh, and don't forget, have fun.
We must get to the moon base and stop Drek.
No, we have to get to the moon base to find Quark. If Drek is there, Quark is probably with him.
But Drek is going to destroy that city. We must get to the base.
That's what I said.
No, that is what I said.
Fine.
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 But that's that for this level, and at least Chairman Drek knows how to give instructions to his employees. He encourages them to enjoy their work.
You know, if you enjoy your work, you will never work a day in your life. is the biggest lie I've ever been told, let me tell you.
Yeah, that is very, very true. But I enjoy LPs. So I don't work with them at all, says the guy who dedicates hours upon hours of playtime and everything.